Tonight, we're tracking two areas of storms. One set of storms that will come in early tonight, and then one overnight that could have some severe weather attached to it. We'll do a full look at your 5 for 6 forecast coming up.
Right now on News Channel 6 at 5, a meeting to finalize Richmond County school budget turns into a war of words. More on that straight ahead.
Plus, residents chiming in on possible development in South Augusta, what they had to say coming up.
And trying to work out the funding for improvements at a local community center. So what does the future hold there? We'll let you know as News Channel 6 at 5 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is Wjbf News Channel 6 at 5.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jenny Montgomery.
I'm Brad Means. Thanks for joining us. We do appreciate it. And coverage you can count on continues with that breaking news we brought you first on News Channel 6 at 4 today.
Investigators are on the scene of a shooting where a child was shot at the East Augusta Commons. That's where we'll find News Channel 6's Mary Calkins joining us now live. Mary? We have technical difficulties. We'll get to that live shot shortly.
Meanwhile, today we want to update you on a shooting investigation out of Clearwater, South Carolina.
Investigators say at least one person was injured. It happened Tuesday evening at Hill Street and Cherokee Drive. Police say the person shot was taken to the hospital in a personal vehicle. No suspect information has been released. Count on News Channel 6 for coverage of this developing story.
And an update on breaking news we brought you yesterday out of North Augusta, where an investigation is underway after police raided a home on Stanton Drive. That's in the Hammond Hills neighborhood. The home 4 blocks from Hammond Hills Elementary School. Gary Dye now facing several drug charges after that. Charges that include trafficking meth, possession with intent to distribute near a school, and operating a stash house. A man in Columbia County in jail charged with animal cruelty. Police say Gerard Green left puppies and an adult dog in a hot car in a Walmart parking lot. The heat index that day was 97 degrees. They say the car windows were rolled up, the air conditioning was not on, and those dogs had no water.
The push to revitalize South Augusta continues today as Stephen Kendrick hosts another town hall meeting on the Regency Mall development plans. News Channel 6's Dernisa Jefferson is live outside tonight's meeting. Dernisa?
Yeah, Jenny, we're actually inside the Harry Community Center, and these are the plans that we're talking about. These are the renderings for the plans for the Regency Mall development plan. Now, tonight, citizens will have a chance to come here and talk about some of these plans, as well as other plans for the revitalization of South Augusta. Now, the Regency Mall plans include an apartment complex, restaurants, and retail, but Stephen Kendrick says those aren't the only plans for revitalization in South Augusta. We spoke to some residents earlier today who say that they want to see some more growth and development in the area, and they think that these plans are a pretty good start.
I know that there has been other people thinking about doing things there, and it hasn't, come true. But maybe this is the time. It's a great plan.
So this meeting will start tonight at 6 p.m. and residents will have a chance to come and speak to Kendrick and also provide some input. For now, reporting live in Augusta, Dernisa Jefferson, WJBF, News Channel 6.
A new proposed development could be headed to North Augusta. The site will be on a tract of land off 5 Notch Road near Mossy Creek Elementary School. 157 townhomes are expected to be built. News Channel 6 spoke with some people in the area, though, who say they have some initial concerns now about traffic.
The problem is that, the old roads, they really can't handle that amount of traffic. We need more lanes and more turning lanes, As long as that's done, I don't see, where it'd be a problem.
City Council did do the first reading of annexing that property. We'll let you know what happens from here as the developments come in.
The future of the new Brigham Center is in flux tonight. After bids were open in April, the project came in above $8 million or more than the $1.5 million budget that much over. It came in, I'm saying that in a confusing way, it came in at $8 million. That was $1.5 million more than it was budgeted for. So commissioners were divided Tuesday on dipping into surplus Rescue Act funds to make up the difference.
I think that there needs to be a deeper discussion about what happened with the bids. I think that also, like, why can't we bond everything out? If we've already allocated $6 million for it and we start the project, why can't we get it once we bond and do all the projects? Because there's more than just the Henry Brigham Center need to be done.
Commissioners are now looking at going out for bonds later this year to speed up the process of improving recreational department facilities across Augusta. The money to pay off the bonds would come from spots to $8. Time now for a first check.
Wait, details with your forecast in just a few minutes. Jenny Brett.
All right, Tim, thanks. Now back to that breaking news. Investigators working a shooting this evening. A child got shot at the East Augusta Commons.
News Channel 6's Mary Calkins joins us now live from the scene.
Yeah, Jenny, Brad, witnesses tell me that the child was shot in the leg earlier this afternoon. Witnesses tell me that some children were inside of an apartment playing with a firearm when the gun went off, shooting one of the children, they say, in the leg. They rendered aid to the child, and we do not have word on the 10-year-old's condition right now, but of course we will keep you updated. And some residents are saying that they hope this situation, of course they say they're praying for the child, but they hope that parents really remember to keep guns away from children, and then children will remember that guns are, they're not toys, and that's really a lot of what's being said out here today at the scene. And of course, as we learn more about the 10-year-old's condition, we will keep you updated. But for now, reporting live in Augusta, Mary Calkins, Wjbf News Channel 6.
All right, Mayor, we appreciate that. More information as it comes in. Hope that 10-year-old's going to be okay. No question about that. Richmond County school leaders finalizing their budget for the coming school year, but Tuesday's meeting ended in a bit of a heated exchange. School board member Wayne Frazier refused to approve the financial plan for the next school year. He says it's because the district isn't performing well when it comes to meeting state expectations. Dr. Frazier says ever since he's been a board member, the Richmond County School District has gotten a failing grade from the state. The latest score from the Governor's Office of Student Achievement came back in 2019, and Richmond County got a 59.3%.
Test scores if a system is low, is because not because of the teachers, not because of the administration, but because right now the board, as a board, is not communicating effectively with each other.
Well, regardless of Dr. Frazier's disapproval of the budget, the school plan was approved by other board members.
A plan to revitalize some of historic downtown Aiken is getting some feedback from the community. Project Pascalis includes plans to demolish historic Hotel Aiken and replace it with a new one. The plan includes several other changes to Newberry Street. The director of Aiken Economic Development Authority says they're working hard to hear residents out and incorporate their feedback. But some people say the actual plans aren't their biggest worry.
Everything about this is really dirty. The state attorney needs to get involved.
We've got a group of very concerned citizens who are ready to oppose this, and we'll do everything we can, including bringing legal action. And we have the funding to do it, and we intend to stop it. And we want a good project, so we don't want to stop the project. We want to stop the illegal activities.
Project Pascalis is not set in stone. Nothing on the project can begin until at least 2023, and construction would take about 3 years.
Well, inflation continues to impact everyone, everywhere, from the grocery store to the gas pump. We all feel it, and sometimes it can be a challenge to stay ahead of it all. Here's News Channel 6's Bria Smith.
It's driving people crazy, especially hard for struggling moms that have to feed their kids and grocery prices being high.
Price increases in gas, groceries, and travel. People we talked with say they look for ways to save where they can.
I try to make sure that if I have to go somewhere, then I try to do it all in one day. So I'm not constantly on the road. I try to make sure that I budget into, if I'm going out of town, okay, how many gallons of gas do I need to get to where I'm going?
Some people say they're spending almost double what they normally do on gas.
I filled up like 2 days ago, probably put like $80 in a $50 tank, and it's ridiculous.
In January of 2021, gas prices were on average $2.38 Now they are more than double that number at $4.80.
I don't work too far from here. I literally walk to work if I got to. If I got to, I'm probably like 3 minutes down the road from my job. I'll walk to work.
People who travel for a living say they have to stop to put gas at least twice a day. For some, they're hopeful inflation will soon come to an end, but aren't sure how.
God help us. God help us. Because those are necessities. We need groceries to eat and feed our bodies, to fuel our bodies, and we need gas to fill our cars to get to and from. So, really, man, only God can help us.
In Augusta, Bria Smith, WJBF News Channel 6.
Hands-on training today for local doctors who learned what EMS providers go through. The Augusta Fire Department and EMA held a training event for doctors doing their residencies at Augusta University. About 30 doctors took part in training scenarios, including fire suppression, vehicle extrication, and amputation.
We feel these events are really important, that they gain experience that they may not otherwise have, and that makes it easier when we bring a patient into the hospital. They understand what we've had to go through or what we saw when we're explaining those situations, especially when it comes to vehicle accidents, crashes, and those special rescue type situations, working a cardiac arrest patient in the ambulance as we're moving down the road. That's something very dynamic that a lot of physicians may not ever get to experience.
The training is designed to build a better relationship between EMTs in the field and those future ER doctors. This is the first year for the event after a 2-year hiatus because of the pandemic.
It is summer break for kids at the CSRA, and for many that means an opportunity to spend a little time away from home at camp. News Channel 6's Kim Vickers has more.
For children with cancer, life stops being typical as soon as they're diagnosed. They have to grow up fast. But Camp Rainbow gives them something that they're craving during their battle, a chance to be normal.
It's been awesome. I've had a lot of fun, made new friends.
15-year-old Trent Shealy was diagnosed with leukemia in 2018. He says it's nice to be around other kids who understand what he's been through.
I feel kind of normal here, because everyone here has the same sort of similar experiences, and it's really put out like my extrovert side.
Camp Rainbow is held each summer at Camp Lakeside in Lincoln County by the Children's Hospital of Georgia. It's for kids who are fighting or in remission from pediatric cancer. Camp director Kim Allen has been here since the early days, nearly 30 years ago. She says the week-long camp gives parents a break, and with medical personnel on staff, it eases their worry. And she says it's not just for the patients.
Well, lots of times when kids get diagnosed with cancer, the siblings kind of left in the dust. So the siblings going through a lot too. So Camp Rainbow has always invited a sibling to come as well. They can connect with other siblings just like our patients can connect with the other patients.
Camp Rainbow helps take the campers' minds off of whatever they're going through.
And that's what I think the big take-home message is, that we treat kids, we want kids to have a fun, typical summer camp experience, and that's what Camp Rainbow is all about.
Kendra Eady has gone from camper to counselor. She says being able to volunteer at the camp that meant so much to her as a child means everything to her now.
I feel for these children. I know exactly what they're going through. I know every emotion, every feeling, every, ache and pain that they're experiencing. I know what their days are like.
Camp Rainbow is fully funded by donations. This year's camp is almost over, but if you'd like to make a donation towards next year's experience, you can find that information over on WJBF.com. In Lincoln County, Kim Vickers, WJBF News Channel 6.
Well, coming up, an update for you on the Moderna vaccine as concerns of a return of the coronavirus in the fall continue to grow.
Also ahead, as cases of monkeypox continue to grow, we'll learn what the CDC recommends when traveling. Stay with us.
Moderna now announcing the results of its updated vaccine that it claims could be a game changer in the fight against the coronavirus.
The pharmaceutical company says the next generation vaccine is much more effective against the Omicron variant than the original. Rena Roy explains.
As vaccine immunity wanes in many across the country and fears grow over another COVID surge, Moderna announcing a new version of its vaccine.
It has the potential to be a real turning point in this latter part, second half of the pandemic.
The company saying the updated vaccine is much more effective against the Omicron variant and will likely produce more antibodies several months down the line, creating the roadmap for a yearly vaccine.
Given the magnitude of effect, that's seven-fold increase in antibody levels, we could, for the first time, be at a vaccine that is truly effective with once yearly dosing.
Moderna is so confident in these results, they've already started producing large quantities of the new shot and plan to submit the data to the FDA in the coming weeks, so it could be available in the fall if authorized. But White House officials say there may not be enough for every American if Congress doesn't authorize new COVID funding requested by the president.
We're losing our spot in line while other countries are moving forward and buying next generation vaccines for all Americans that may be needed in the fall and winter.
Data from wastewater in some parts of the country like California and Ohio appear to show a high presence of COVID-19, but in some areas of the Northeast there are signs the latest COVID surge may be declining. ABC News analysis shows more and more Americans are getting reinfected as new variants emerge. Some states reporting an increasing number of people have gotten the virus anywhere from 2 to 5 times. And back to vaccines, Moderna is looking to authorize its pediatric vaccine for kids under 6, and they hope the youngest Americans will also eventually have access to this updated shot. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
The CDC issuing new travel guidance to help slow the spread of monkeypox. The CDC says the risk of getting it is low, but still they say you need to be careful if you travel, like see a doctor if you notice a skin rash that looks like that. Avoid contact with animals if you don't feel well when you come back. But so far the travel advisory from the agency doesn't list any destinations to avoid. Monkeypox has been confirmed in the U.S., Europe, South America, Africa, and Australia. We'll be right back.
I'm attorney Jamie